A warm welcome back to the Information Security Stack together with me, Daniel Gustafsson and Kim Hindart.
Oba.
Today, Kim, you are going to get the floor and explain to our dear listeners what you are about to set out to do in the near future. We're going to call it Kim's Quest. And I guess it's going to be like a mini-series of episodes. We're not sure how many or in what order, but they will every now and then pop up. And Kim will inform you, dear listener, and us who are participating in this regarding your quest, which you are going to start. What does that entail? What are you going to do?
Yeah. To start with, this was inspired by a guest we actually had in Stacken. Who talked about you shouldn't talk about digital transformation because it's not a single event. We should talk about digitalization. And in the line of digitalization, and we should express our personal needs and how digitalization might help, I've realized that I have a need, Daniel.
Do explain.
I don't feel it's the same thing sitting over a Zoom or Skype conference than it is going out to a coffee, taking a coffee with a friend where you meet face to face. I think it's a difference between meeting face to face, for instance, taking a coffee together, than meeting over a video conference. But I realized that it might just be me that's old and I'm doing the video conferencing wrong.
Could be. And you are a total boomer, absolutely. Go on. But
from a digital perspective, I feel that if you and I went out to a espresso house or a Starbucks and had a coffee together and talked, let's rant. I mean, if we don't actually hug or deliver goods to each other, there's no reason why that couldn't be totally digital and virtual. With today's technology, we should be able to do this, at least to an acceptable level, virtual or over remote. Because even though the communications we do there, even though we are face to face, if we don't physically interact with each other, we still do. So why is it a difference sitting over Zoom than meeting face to face?
Well, I'm kind of with you in this little need, because we are now over a year working remote. And first and foremost, I just want to say we have had the absolute luxury to work remote for the last year in this pandemic that has been going on. And I am very aware that everyone can't work remote in order to do their job. And to all of you, nurses, teachers, all people who drives bus, taxis, trains, whatever it is, people who has been making sure that our environment has been functioning throughout this period of time. I just want to say thank you to begin with. But with that being said, me and Kim have had the opportunity now and the very good fortune to be able to work from home and still perform our job from home. So a year in now with Teams and Zoom calls and whatever platform we have been using. And currently, as we are now recording this, you and I are using a tool where we can see each other. We're not in the same physical place. We can see each other through a video tool. And that's all great and dandy. But the thing is, the camera is mounted on top of the screen that I currently have. And if I watch straight into the camera, which means that you can see my eyes, I can't literally see you. You are below my pan of vision. So it's a really weird way of communicating, because we are seeing each other, but we're actually not looking at each other currently. Our eyes are not pointing in the same direction. And that gives the big lack of just interaction in general. Because when you do physically meet, to your point, then you actually look at the person who sits in front of you. It adds layers to it, which a video call, in my opinion, and I think you agree, does not fulfill. And yes, we are old, and yes, we have khaki pants, and we have and all of that, and yes, we are boomers in young people's eyes, and that's all true, and that's fine. But there is something missing, and I, for one, am completely fed up with video calls. It's not the same thing as physically meeting a person.
From my need perspective, it does not provide the same thing.
No.
So this is what I've set up a quest to do. Can we have virtual meetings that give you a similar feeling as a meeting in a coffee shop face to face, actually? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Of course, in a sensible manner. The first suggestion I got was build a total virtualized room where you have projectors and cameras that see everything and physically scan you and project you to the other room.
Yeah, a VR setup.
Each room cost about $1 million.
Right.
So no, that wasn't a good solution, I thought. So yeah.
So
I'm looking for a more mainstream, sensible solution that's actually...
Yeah, you don't have an endless budget here to work with. That's not a viable option to just cash out $1 million.
This is just my personal, totally private curiosity. Can this be resolved budget that solves this? And Daniel will be our guinea pig. He doesn't know it, but he will volunteer to be the guinea pig to test this.
Yeah, apparently I agreed to this before we started recording this, but apparently I'm going to be the test person here. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, so I got a lot of nice suggestions, like the one, do the Oculus Rift solution. We have a major telecom company in Sweden, starting with E, that provides this awesome solution. So I all of a sudden said, well, wait a minute now. If you put on this huge goggles helmet on your head, how are you going to get eye contact?
Exactly.
No, you build avatars in a virtual reality. So you seek eye contact through your avatar.
Yes, of course.
And that sort of missed my point as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to hang with the avatar.
No, this whole idea is to try to find if there is a solution where you can meet virtually, yet more in a personal manner than you can today through a video call.
And when I told this, I want to have eye contact with the people I talk to. The kids today say, we meet at coffee houses all the time and never look at each other because we do.
Yeah, you stare at your phone. Exactly.
And have an awesome meeting.
Yeah. Have an awesome time talking to each other via a phone. And they even use the chat services in the phone while sitting next to each other in the coffee house or whichever platform they are using to communicate.
I'm perfectly willing to accept that I might be old. And this is just an old way of thinking. So please tell us in the chat and send us replies if you're of a different opinion that you can have awesome meetings without eye contact.
Yeah. So this goes out to you, dear listener, because Kim needs your help here. A, do you agree with him, first and foremost? Or do you completely disagree? Or you feel that video meetings is enough, or the avatar solution is the way to go? That could be one standpoint. We are interested to hear that one as well, because, all right, convince us that's the way to go, essentially. Or if you know about any type of solution service, which is fairly cheap, there is a budget to this, it's fairly cheap, but yet fulfills the need in order to enhance, I should say, the video meeting experience. I guess that's what we're trying to get at here. Yes. How do you get that social interaction, eye contact, meaning you can actually look at the person you're talking to and get more out of your communication than just talking to a video camera in a Zoom call or a Teams call. Because there's a second thing here also I just want to add to this. When you're on a Zoom call or on a Teams call, or like we're sitting right now, all I can see is the top end of your body. I can see your head and your shoulders and your top of your chest. That's it. I can't see where your feet are pointing. I can't see if you're mentally on your way out, because your feet are always telling where they're, if they are fronting to. If you're pointing your feet towards the door, that's mentally is a sign for you wanting to leave. And if you haven't checked up body signs and body language, that's a completely different podcast in itself. But you can only see the top half of the human being you're talking to, which is also extremely irritating in my mind. So, if you know about any tools, if you can help Kim on his little quest here to get the virtual meeting experience a lot more personal, we should say, let us know. Send that information to citynetwork.eu/podcast, or interact at our YouTube channels, which you can find on YouTube, of course. All you have to do is just look for City Network there, and you'll find the videos. Or if you want to interact via the social media spaces that we exist on, let us know. And as Kim goes along here, as he finds things, he will test that apparently on me, and we will report if that was a viable option or not.
So I've started looking and seeing, can we resolve this in a sensible manner? So yeah, but
there is something to this. There's gotta be.
Yeah, I for one at least want to have eye contact with persons I meet. I don't know, but as I say, I'm perfectly fine accepting that I might just be the wrong generation for this.
Yeah, could be.
And the kids might be right and say, "Oh, we can have awesome meetings together."
Yeah, chatting through our phones.
But that said, I've done that now for a year, and I'm bored.
Yeah, I agree.
I miss my friends. I miss actually sitting in a coffee house and having a coffee together.
All right, so that's Kim's quest, and we will follow up on this as we go along. Let us know what you think about this, and until next week, have an awesome week. See you next time.
Hubba.